Welcome to this video, which is in the category of spiritual nourishment. You may be wondering why I am doing a series of videos on this particular category of spiritual nourishment. Because some of the topics I am trying to cover here are very much needed for what we are going through in this world today. Today's video is titled Hope in Times of Despair. Are we not subject to despair by what's happening around us? What is happening to the ecosystem? What is happening to politics? What is happening to the society? What is happening in religion? Take the ecological situation. We are in climate crisis today. We have been constantly increasing the global temperature, as a result of which we have many hurricanes, many floods, and especially recently we had that devastating flood in Pakistan. And all countries have been reporting flood levels which are never seen before. And there seems to be a sort of a lull in trying to move towards using renewable energy. There are vested interests which are lobbying to make sure that they continue to make profits on this particular technology. If you take the political agenda, today we are in a total mess because we do not know what is fake and what is real. We are in the post-truth era. Recently, I happened to see a television series in BBC iPlayer. This was titled The Capture. This series beautifully demonstrates how a political agenda can completely hijack the personal view of the topmost politician, including his facial expression, including his speech content, and so he's appeared to endorse a view which was never endorsed by the politician himself. On the social front, we are confronted with rampant racism and caste system, categorization, hegemony, which is detrimental. On the religious front, every religion seems to be moving towards a radicalized category. We have radicalized Christianity, radicalized Hinduism, and radicalized Islam. What was originally intended by the spiritual masters has been completely hijacked for private agenda of individuals and power that be. But we live in eternal hope. That is the nature of the human being. A way to find hope is to look to the past, where we had a much more peaceful situation, where we had a lot of contemplation, where we had philosophical thoughts. This hope which we need to have is not rooted in the derivative of a rational mind. The rational mind operates basically on a mind map which has been heavily influenced by current situation. This is why I find the understanding of Thomas Aquinas, the great church father and a great follower of Aristotle, when he redefined Aristotle's interpretation of ethics as being imperfect and incomplete, Aquinas hit upon a very vital point. Aquinas said ethics must also incorporate the theological virtues of faith, charity, and hope. These are graces or gifts of the divine. They make it possible for human beings to achieve a dimension of both happiness and excellence that cannot be achieved otherwise. Aristotle defined virtue as a mean between two vices, that which depends on excess and that which depends on defect. For example, Aristotle said that courage is found between recklessness and courage and on one hand, and cowardice, its deficiency on the other hand. With this Aristotelian background, which is modified by Thomas Aquinas, we will see what Aquinas put forward. And my own definition, depending on how to modify the definition of these three virtues because of what has happened over the past since Aquinas defined it. For me, faith is a total surrender to the ultimate reality, an integral approach. We do not have the capacity to know the ultimate reality, but there are indications, there are promptings which will tell you how to approach it. Even the very aspect of approaching, the very path itself can give you a great strength in rooting your faith in a more realistic situation. Charity is not a handout. Charity is non-dual participation with the ecosystem, a sharing with no categorization. Buddha said, if I don't feel the pain of my fellow men, I do not have compassion. That is the ultimate form of charity. This is again an integral approach. And hope is a state of mind oriented towards a realistic future of fulfillment. Again, an integral view which takes into consideration all other dimensions, all dimensions that are possible to evolve these three virtues of faith, charity, and hope. So let us go forth with this knowledge so that we have a peaceful state of mind despite the immediate impact and turmoil that the environment is creating and the system is creating for us. This is what I wanted to share with you. Thank you for watching and listening, and have a great life.